Starting a new little project today. Got a driveway up here that is very heavily eroded. I don't even think I'll be able to get my truck up there, but got the Kubota KX80, and I'll be bringing the track loader over later. I might be able to make it up there. Just have to see. I think I can go to the left. A lot of washout. Look at all that. Now that's a bump. Well, let's go take a look at this job and see how we're gonna fix it. Okay, let's take a look at this project. So at first glance, there's no crown, there's nowhere for the water to go. A lot of excavation was done over here in the past. And what happened was this water was just coming down, and it needs to stay to the north of this telephone pole. I've already had Oki out here, there's nothing, so that's good. I'm actually going to cut this in, keep this water going that way. But here's what's going to be tricky about this. It's not really tricky, but so there's no room for a drainage ditch along here. And even if we could put a drainage ditch, the neighbor doesn't want water going across his driveway, and they're not wanting to invest in a tin horn to go under the driveway. It'd be pretty expensive. So the challenge to this is I'm going to excavate all along here. There's a bunch of concrete. I mean, they've tried to do repairs in the past, the previous owners, and they just kind of, you know, filled in the spots that were eroding. Well, what happens is you have a lot of that water's going to find a way, and it's snaked in. It's found all the soft spots, which is the dirt. Like, here's a huge vein of concrete. I mean, you can see, you know, these are 2 foot deep trenches. There's a lot of chunks of concrete over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a slight slant, a grade on this. Since I can't have drainage down this side, I've got to put a slight, let's see. So instead of having a crown that's kind of like, you know, if my knuckles were the middle, you know, a crown like that, I'm going to actually kind of have a slant like this, and just to get this water away, and then we're going to redirect it all the way down there. We're basically going to stop right around at the telephone pole. That's where it's really bad. But I mean, as you can see, there's some serious erosion going on. So my first goal today is I'm going to break all this up. I've got 50 tons of gravel coming in tomorrow. We're going to go through all these little chunks, pull out stuff that I think is going to be good, put it in the middle, get this base built up. And as long as you get everything pulverized and smashed down for a base, you know, these chunks of concrete, they'll be fine for the base. But the really big ones that I can't do much with, will probably, when I dig this out, we'll stage them, kind of put some rows, do a little terracing, so as the water comes down, you know, it's not just going to erode this ditch to kingdom come. Oh yeah, this should be fun breaking all this up. That goes way up under there. That's a good 2 feet under there. Surprised my truck made it up. All right, well, enough talking, so let's get to it. All right, done with this job. Look at this. Got a tooth to fix, and I got a nice big crack in my bucket. Get that in the shop, get her all welded up. I think it came out pretty good. I was a little worried that I'd have to reset the hinges on this gate, but as you can see, it came out pretty good. Got a nice little crown. It's, you check the crown, the gap there is smaller than the gap at the edges. I bought the 2.5 inch crusher run rock. I think this is going to work out the best. It's bigger, you know, you've got some 3 up to 4 inch rock, but since there's a lot of fines, and by fines I mean the smaller pieces of rock, so you know, like this, and if you look at that, that's, you know, 3 to 4 inches, I guess. It's got all the little fines in it, and it actually will lay down. It'll take up all the gaps, and that's how everything locks in. It's like a lattice. It's angular rock. Remember, if you're doing a driveway, always get an angular rock that has fines in it. Don't get the clean stuff. Angular rock that's all the same size, it's not gonna work its way in and get flat and compacted like, you know, all this stuff. Even though it's a larger rock, it has a lot of the fines in it. So I think it came out pretty good. Used a lot of their chunky concrete to slow down some of the erosion. I got one heck of a drainage ditch now. It's got a constant slant. Now this road, since it's on a very steep hill, a lot of this water is going to it's going to run downhill before it can actually get off the road. I don't want to make it too slanted because you'll feel like you're, you know, driving in the ditch. Feel like you're angling. Got some nice erosion barriers. Help slow that water down just a little bit. It came out pretty good, and he's got a big turnoff for all this water. There's a lot of vegetation. Anyways, thanks for watching. Time to load up, go home.